Free will is like physical strength. You're born with a certain amount of it, and if you exercise it, you can get more. Some people have less, some people are naturally born with more. And it's like moving rocks. If you have a little bit of strength, you can move a few rocks. If you're stronger, you can act more intensely on your environment by moving a lot of rocks. And so if you have more free will, then you can act more intensely on your environment. And it's like triggers. Like if you have this trigger where if somebody calls you a pansy, then that just makes you mad as hell and you can't think and you just start screaming at them and you wish that you wouldn't do it, but you can't help it because you don't have free will over that. That's some childhood trauma or something that happened to you and you haven't learned how to be with your traumas, let them just, feel the intense fear and everything that comes with the trauma and sit there and tolerate it until you calm down enough to respond or to walk away or whatever's necessary. And once you learn, and you can learn how to let someone do something that triggers you, feel the emotions that come along with that trigger and tolerate them. Learn that they are just emotions and they're just feelings and they're not really going to hurt you. They're just giving you information. And then once you are able to do that and hold on to it and still act from your conscious mind, then that's all subconscious information that's screaming at you of a danger. And then once you can tolerate it, analyze it, and then act from your mind, you can get away from the danger if there happens to be one. But usually with triggers, there's really not. And you can just respond to the person and say, please don't do that. Or you can just walk away because now you have free will. Now you're not controlled by it. You control it. And that happens in so many, you can use that in your career, in your job. The more free will, the more you understand the parameters of what you're doing, the better you can control your behavior and move up the corporate ladder or, defend people in court or operate on patients or whatever it is to the smallest, desk clerk job. The more you understand it, the more free will, and you exercise that by learning and growing. And there's all sorts of areas in life where you can increase your free will. And some people are totally like serial killers. I love them because they're just such an extreme. I love them as an example, as a theoretical kind of thing. But anyway, they can't control their behavior. They have no free will. They are just killing machines that are triggered by their own existence into finding everyone. It's just a horrible example of no free will. And then there's people with just a great deal of free will, and those are the people at the top that we usually admire and look up to because they have so much free will that they can act on their environment and get themselves, great acting positions or the job as a CEO or create companies because they have so much ability to act on their environment.